Hey there, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new here. My name is Heather. I'm a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner and I have another quantum healing hypnosis session to share with you. This session is with my dear friend Tony Mowery, who is also a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. I love this session and I'm super excited to share it because I think it speaks to what so many people are going through right now. This past year has been a year for a lot of transition away from things and moving towards new things. And so many of us, I'll say myself included, have found ourselves in sort of this in between state. So you're moving away from certain things in your life and you're moving in a new direction. And sometimes we find ourselves in that in between state, that in between space, that sort of liminal space where things haven't quite landed. You feel like you're being pulled in a new direction. You have a sense that big things are going to unfold, but they're not quite there. And that can create a lot of frustration. It can leave you in a state of when are things going to unfold? How do I get there? What's going to happen? So we dive really deep into that for Tony. Tony's in one of those in between spaces. I've been in one of those in between spaces. And I know so many of you are feeling that too in a variety of different ways. So I love the information that Tony's team brings through. I think it's helpful for us all. And the session was just really beautiful. We did a lot of healing, some clearing. We actually went back and found where Tony had made some vows and written some things into his contract that needed to be released. And that can happen sometimes, keeping us stuck. So I love these hypnosis sessions because we can get to the root of why you're stuck, why you're not moving forward, and what you need to do to get that flow moving again. If you are interested in a quantum healing hypnosis session, I have spots available for November. I would absolutely love to work with you. I also have soul guidance session spots available if you're more interested in a channeled messages session. And before I dive into this hypnosis session with Tony, I want to remind you I've been sharing that I've created a new guide, and this guide is amazing. You have to get it. This is a must-have guide. It's my ultimate quantum healing starter guide. I put everything into this guide that you could possibly need to start creating those routines that are going to help you get into the flow, that are going to help you move into that reality, that dream life that you are looking to get into, to align with. We go over meditation and grounding. I teach you how to connect with your guides, how to clear your energy, protect your energy, your home's energy. We talk about chakras and crystals and nature. There's affirmations and journaling prompts. I talk to you about how to soothe your anxiety. There's so much in this guide, and it's full of little guided meditations. So if you're new to this type of work, you're like, I don't even know what to do. I've got you. I'm going to teach you how to do all of those things and really start creating routines that are supportive, help keep you in balance and alignment, and really get you prepared for this next year, which I feel like is going to be very powerful. 2026 is a 1 year, so it is a year of new beginnings. So if you're ready to get prepared for 2026 and all of these new beginnings that are coming, be sure and grab this free guide. I will link it in the description below. I will also leave a link to book a session with me if you're interested, or you can head over to my website and check out a variety of services I offer. I would love to help you on your journey of opening up more flow in your life. I hope you enjoy this session with Tony, and I'll talk to you soon. I want you to scan down your body. Tell me what you find.
The lower back is a tension.
Mhm. In your back.
Yes, the lower back.
Mhm.
right hip.
What else do you feel?
The heart has an ache, heaviness.
Mhm.
There's a twinge of pain in the head and crown area.
What else do you notice?
Connected to the energy, my fingers and toes are tingly.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Let's go to that back. I want you to bring your awareness to that back tension. Connect very, very deeply to that tension there in the back. Tell me what that energy is. What emotion are you storing there? What are you holding?
Stress.
Mm-hmm. Let's follow that stress. Follow that stress and find out exactly where it's connected. Follow it back. What's creating that stress there?
Feeling of not good enough.
Mm-hmm. Let's follow that feeling of not being good enough. I want you to allow yourself to drift and float through time and space, finding the very first time that you ever felt not good enough in this life or another, drifting and floating and finding the very first time you ever felt that you are not good enough. And to be there now, tell me where you are, what you see, or what's happening around you.
Be when I was a paramedic. Most relationships made me feel like I was never making enough, even though I loved what I was doing. I see them yelling at me because I was just a paramedic and not bringing enough money in.
And how did that make you feel?
Like a loser. But I loved what I was doing and decided I would never make any money. I would just do what I loved.
Tell me that again. You said you decided that you wouldn't make any money, but you would do what you loved. Tell me more about that.
I liked helping people. And even though it didn't make much as far as provisions, I enjoyed what I did. But I decided that that was more important. And did it really care what anybody thought about not making or bringing in enough provision?
Do you feel at that time that it's possible you may have almost made like a vow or put something into a contract that said you can't have both work that you love and abundance? Feel into that for me. See if there's something there.
Hmm. Yeah, I do feel like I just signed a contract that I made up.
Yeah. Feel into that contract for me and tell me what that vow was. Tell me what you wrote.
I I would never make money. I would just continue to do and help others. Why would I sign that?
Hmm. Well, let's rewrite that because we can today. We've got your beautiful team here with us. It's going to assist. What do you want to write into this new contract?
The energy I put out in assisting and helping others will attract back equal energy and an abundance of returns.
Beautiful. I want you to imagine either a scroll or a book or however it presents itself to you. This is your soul contract. This is your soul blueprint. And I want you to see yourself writing that very declaration into it now. You can even see yourself crossing out the old, deleting it, erasing it, and writing in this new statement as you are declaring that so today. And tell me when you feel like that's complete.
It is done.
Mm, beautiful. While we have that contract open, let's see if there's any other declarations that have been made that are holding you back, that are limiting you. Tell me what comes forward.
Assisting others requires sacrifice and hard work.
And what should that be instead?
Assisting others brings joy and bliss and happiness.
Yes. Let's take out that old declaration and replace it with the new. Just let me know when that's complete.
That is complete.
Beautiful. Let's keep going. What else do we have in this contract that we need to rewrite today?
That is it. That
Beautiful. Go ahead.
that is all.
Okay. Wonderful. And let's anchor in these new declarations across all timelines, all realms, all dimensions, to ripple out through all of your highest timelines to begin to bring in that stability that you desire. See that happening now. And so, what frequencies, what colors, what healing do you need in the back today to release that stress?
Red.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So let's bring in that beautiful red. I'm going to ask your healing team to step forward and really amplify that energy, bringing it all the way down and especially into that root chakra. I want you to see that root chakra anchoring deep down into Gaia, filling full of that beautiful red energy about stability and safety, feeling secure, trusting and knowing that the abundance, the provisions that you desire are already yours. They're already there. Trusting and knowing that you are aligning to more of what you desire and need as you live from that place of joy, as you share your gifts with ease. Allow that energy to expand out and just see that stress easily melting away. You don't need to hold it anymore. It is no longer serving you. Tell me what you feel, what you sense, what you see.
Felt a pop on my back as a twinge just lifted. Now there's a tingling sensation going down my legs into the root. That cord, that root into Gaia. Feel more anchored, more grounded.
Beautiful. Let's feel over into that right hip. Just bring your awareness there, connecting deeply with that energy there in the right hip. Tell me what you feel like is happening there. What is that connected to?
It was connected to that contract, part of
All,
the lower back.
all tied in together.
Yes,
Okay. And so it feels clear now there.
yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Is it
Bring your, oh, go ahead.
both legs are just tingling with energy.
Okay, wonderful. We'll let that energy continue to work throughout this session as your team continues to clear. Let's feel into the heart space now, that ache, that heaviness. Just allow yourself to connect deeply with that energy there. Tell me what that ache is. What is that heaviness?
Feeling that I've lost so much. That seems things that keep getting ripped away from me. An ache, a yearning for something better. The losses made the heart heavy.
Yes. Let's feel into that energy. And I want you to allow yourself to receive the deeper understanding of why so much has been removed from your life. Tell me what your team shares with you about that.
It's been removed for new things coming in, new way of being, a new energy. But I just don't understand why
Mhm.
or what the lesson was on losing those things.
Let's ask, was there a lesson in any of this that you needed to learn? And what was that?
The, the loss was to allow the new energy to come in, a better energy. The loss of my dog, it gave me more dogs. That's just crazy. So more of the energy of my favorite dog. I got more of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, thanks.
What is this releasing in your life making room for? What's coming? What can you expect? What does your higher self want you to understand about this?
It teaches us how to let go of things and not hold on too tightly. We lose things like people and animals' energy, but they're not really gone. They're still there. But it's hard to see in this dense reality without, it's hard not to take those losses really hard because we can't sometimes see the bigger picture or what's coming.
And how does that prepare us by going through these losses? What is it preparing us for?
To not hold on so tightly to old energies, to allow the new energies and ways of being to come in. If we hold on too tightly to the energies, these dense energies, as a human, it doesn't allow new ways of being and new energy to come in.
And so it can be hard going through so much loss, especially when it piles up on somebody all at once. How do we navigate that and not lose ourselves in all that loss?
difficult question. Trust comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
We need to trust the flow, allow ourselves to fall back into the flow. Give thanks for the time that we had with those losses or whatever we lost. Give gratitude and just allow that flow to carry us where we need to go and allow the new energies to come in that will help. They,
Feels like, oh, go ahead.
I don't think they understand how hard it is to be a human.
Mm. Let's go deeper into that because it is hard. It is hard when you're worried and you're stressed and everything feels like it's falling apart. It's hard to fall back into that flow. What else can they share that might be helpful?
Through gratitude and giving thanks for what we experienced will give us footholds to help us get above the pile of shit we're looking at. Not to focus on the lack, the loss, and being thankful for the time we had gives us some footholds to get above that. We need to find the good things, the love, so that we can see above it. So, with the dogs, I need to be thankful for the many that I have now. That's crazy.
And
I
so,
man,
what? Go ahead.
and I manifested it because I said it. I want a wolf pack.
And now you have one.
So there's where my thanks is. Yeah.
So, what steps does your team suggest for moving through these tougher times, finding the right energy, finding the right alignment, and aligning to the life that's already there, it's already created? What do they suggest that you do each and every day?
Walking grounded every day out in nature, actually seeing the beauty that's around us and not focusing on the stuff that brings us down. basically a walking meditation, meditating while we're moving through the day, even though we're doing tasks that maybe we don't want to do, but it can all be a grounded, moving meditation. The example being when he works at his job on the zip line, he's in the woods. So his meditation is going out and doing a line check by himself. Every day he works, flying through the air, grounding to the earth, and taking in the beauty that's around us. Helps us to forget about the dense human things that bring us down. Does that make sense?
Mhm. How does he navigate that more? Because it's hard when you feel like everything's piling up on you. It feels heavy, you feel unrewarded. How does he get in the right energy to really start to shift his reality into the direction that he wants to experience it?
When those dense feelings come up, feel it and release it, imagining it floating away, and imagine what he does want to see instead. So basically reversing the thought. Negative thought comes in about lack or the situation that he's in, reversing it and turning it into a higher frequency thought, imagination, or a daydream. Say, for example, worry about bills or something that he has to take care of, reversing that thought and imagining that bill just flowing away and basically taking care of itself. Or if he sees that there's some work that needs to be done, imagine the final outcome of that work being done and what's there. It's a more high frequency thought. So instead of looking at the weeds that need to be bush hogged, imagine the space that it would create to bring in what he wants, like a cabin or a beautiful place to sit and meditate. But that's difficult to do.
Hmm.
Basically shifting the frequency
Mhm.
out of that lower vibrational thought.
It feels like as we move towards the higher dimensions, we're bringing in more light, our frequencies are shifting. things aren't working in the old energy, the way we used to strive and push and try to make things happen is no longer in alignment. And it's almost as if we're being forced into learning how to do things in a different way through frequency, through alignment. Talk to us more about that and how we are learning to live our lives differently and why that's important.
It's important because this old paradigm cannot sustain anymore. We need to practice, develop, designing, designing our reality by what we imagine, daydream about. When we're daydreaming and designing our reality, that allows for the new energy to just flow in and you attract it to you. Thoughts are electric, emotions are magnetic. When you're imagining daydream, the emotions that you feel when you see what you're daydreaming attract like a magnet. New energies coming in. The old paradigm of lack and hustle and driving, forcing, controlling actually pushes things that are meant for you in your reality away. It's so hard though.
Mm-hmm. Why is this such a hard shift for us? Why we're so heavily programmed, but how do we clear those programs and anchor into this new way of being? It is challenging.
That we've been programmed that way since birth, before other lifetimes, that we have to be part of this slave system in order for those provisions and abundance to come in. The daydreaming, the meditation allows us to see from a higher perspective, from a higher frequency. That's why in school, the teacher would, parents would get mad if we were sitting there daydreaming. They didn't want us to do that. It's very important. It's like a meditation. I feel like we're missing. Does that make sense? Or I think we're
Mhm.
missing something here.
It makes complete sense. Absolutely. Let's go deeper in it. What else does your team, what else do you want Tony to understand as he moves through these shifts in his life and he is ready to begin to create this new higher vibrational experience. What else does he need to understand?
I want to just drew a blank. Need to. I want to know how we could get out of this. If all we see is lack all over, it's hard to daydream. It's hard to attract that in. How do
Let's
we get
see,
above that?
let's see if there's any blocks. I want you just to feel deeply in to your body. We'll ask your team to amplify any resistant energy that's blocking you from daydreaming, from blocking you from creating with your mind. Feel deeply into that. Tell me if you sense anything. Go into that head and crown area. You said you felt some pain there. Let's see what that is. What do you sense there?
There's a block there that doesn't allow me to see clearly.
Mm-hmm. And is that block an emotion? Is it a thought form? Is it an implant, an overlay? What do we have?
Seems to be an implant.
Mm-hmm. And do you get a sense of who placed that implant there? Was it you or someone else?
The grays,
Mm-hmm.
what do they do that for?
And was this placed recently? Was it in another lifetime? What do you sense?
There's good ones and bad ones. These placed it for the dark. It's a cylinder type metal object. It's shiny. Placed there so he didn't have full vision. It
Go ahead.
it reflects back light instead of allowing it to come in to give him a clearer picture. So source light comes in, it reflects back, and it doesn't get brought into the third eye like it should, making his vision cloudy. They can see and control what they want me to see.
And so, is there anything else he needs to understand before we remove this?
It was placed in his dream time when he was a child. They knew he was a powerful light and had to stop it there, keep it from developing. That he had great vision and can see many things, and they had to stop it. He's a creator, as we all are, and can create things with his mind very well. They had to keep that from developing and happening. This has affected him all through his life, not allowing him to envision the reality that he wanted to keep him from bringing in and creating the reality of bliss and joy.
Tell him more about how he's a powerful creator. What does he need to understand about that and how to tap into that ability more fully?
All he needs to do is instead of looking and seeing the denseness, the dirt, the dust, the things that need done, is just imagine and envision it already being done, already there, already in existence. And that shifts his frequency into the reality that already exists. It's heavy, deep.
Yes.
The version of the human or soul that he wants to be is already in existence. All he needs to do is envision that and see it, and his reality will shift. But the implant was keeping that from happening.
Let's go ahead and begin the process of removing that implant. How would you like to remove it today?
Well, let's just use tongs of light. We'll grab a hold of that. We'll pull that out. Let's pull that out.
Yes. Let me know when you feel that's complete.
And we're going to throw it and blast it with light,
Mhm.
which changes it into high frequency and shatters it in a million pieces. Those pieces just sparkle like a spark coming out from a fire, disintegrate.
Beautiful. And let's bring in the frequencies, codes, and activations that you need now into that space, into that third eye and crown area, and especially what is needed to open up that imagination, that inner vision to allow you to begin to tap even more deeply into those creator abilities already exist within you. Tell me what you're bringing in and putting in that place.
A beautiful pink effervescent light flows in. As that light flows in, clears out any remnants or occlusions that were caused by the implant. The vision becomes clearer and brighter.
Wonderful. What will he notice after this session now that it's gone?
His physical vision will be much clearer, and his vision with the third eye will be much clearer as well. But physically, he'll notice his vision clear. He'll be able to imagine and create as it should be, thus shaping his reality. Yeah.
Beautiful. So during this time where things have sort of slowed down for him, he's been getting the message that he's been going through an integration or maybe a recalibration. What is that recalibration? What is it preparing him for?
To be the light, to shine for others, which helps other people see and be what they want to be. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Being a beacon. He's always going into dark places and been the light in the dark places. He thrives at being that light in the dark and rescuing souls. And that's what he came to do, is be the beacon in that high frequency in the light to help guide souls out and to awaken and remember.
So, how does that mission work begin to unfold more in his life? He's wanting to create some new experiences and do something a little bit different than he's doing now. What does that look like for him? How does he move into that new way of being that beacon?
Starting small, basic, doing little things that he can do. I don't know, my mind goes to give me the resources and the abundance now, and I can do it all now. What's the wait for?
Well, let's ask that. Why has there been a wait? What do you want him to know or understand about that?
Hmm. not, it's not coming.
Mm.
Why is the wait? Why is the wait there? Why do we have to wait for this? The He needs to be more in alignment with the new energies of the new way of being. But if it was there, I feel like I would be really happy and joyful that I could do that. I feel like I could save a lot more people, but I'm
Let's
not in the right frequency.
let's go into that a little bit more. So we're moving, we're leaving behind the old ways of being, which was the doing, the striving, the thriving, not the thriving, but the striving to make things happen. And we're no longer energetically in alignment with that. And now many are being moved into a new way of operating through allowing, trusting, flowing. This new energy is what allows us to create our reality. So let's go into that a little bit more. What does he need to understand about that and how to apply it to his life?
It just don't make sense. It If it was given, then you wouldn't know how to. Uh, I don't. It's not making sense.
And just let it flow.
Once we shift our frequency and drop back into the flow, it will come in easily, and you will see how the shift in your frequency and your alignment attracted that in. Continuing to push and ask and force provisions and abundance to come in would not teach you that lesson. No, how not? It doesn't make sense. There's a battle going on.
What's the battle? Battle between your conscious mind and what your higher
Right.
self is saying.
Yes.
Let's just put your mind to the side, please, sir. So, what frequency does Tony need to be broadcasting? What is the frequency? What is the alignment that he needs to be in every day, or at least trying, aiming for, to magnetize, to align with all of those beautiful things that he wants to experience?
528 keeps coming to mind. The 528 hertz frequency.
Mhm.
Carries that tuner in his pocket. He needs to use it more. By using and aligning to that frequency, that allows the frequency to increase into the frequency of the heart, then the throat, third eye, and crown. But 528's the fire, the drive. That's where to start.
And if he were to use that 528 frequency while he was practicing his visualization or being in creation energy, how would that amplify for him? What would that do?
It's connected to the solar plexus chakra. It's the drive, the fire in the human existence. Once the drive, the fire ignites and gets brighter, it'll move up through the other frequencies as it should, igniting the heart, opening the throat, clearing the third eye, allowing him to better connect with source, light, and his guides, and his higher self. The 528 ignites the fire, the flame. He is the flame bearer. And he needs to get back to being the flame bearer.
Tell him more about the flame bearer. What does that mean?
He has always carried the light into dark places in every lifetime ever existed. He continues to do that. The flame is going out a little bit because of everything that happened. He needs to reignite that flame, nurture it, keep it bright, and continue to carry that into the dark to help guide souls home. He's a frequency keeper, a grid keeper. He walks the threshold. He's a soul tracker. He tracks a thread to help bring souls home. But the flame bearers to start need to reignite the flame.
And tell him or remind him specifically how he can reignite that flame every day.
Every day when he's walking with purpose, walking in gratitude, admiring the beauty. When he walks his land and imagining what he wants to see. That will help him get his drive, his flame back.
So he's been shifting in the work that he does. What can you share with him about any new offerings or anything new that's trying to come forward, maybe into the next few months or even in the next year? How is he going to be working in all these beautiful ways you're sharing with him today?
By tending the flame, people will be drawn to his work, his light, and it will just unfold. People will come in once he stops driving and forcing. It will come together as just gatherings that he holds or has at his place. And the right people will come in. People will come in that need to be there at the time to help him in his journey. Tell the conscious mind to step back again.
Mm-hmm. Just take a nice deep breath for me. Just breathe and just release. Just allow yourself to go a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. So we were able to tap into some sort of vows that were made, contracted um, experiences that were holding him back. So let's see if there's any additional contracts or outdated service templates Tony is still holding that may be suppressing his abundance. Anything else that we need to clear today in this session to open up that flow, get him into that divine alignment, that trust?
Everything is clear as far as contracts. He did some work prior, released some contracts that were placed before coming into this life.
Mhm.
The contract we rewrote was something that he wrote when he was, that's been changed.
And is there
It's
any energy? Oh, go ahead.
it, as far as contracts, they're all burned, gotten rid of, or rewritten.
Wonderful. And is there any work on Tony's nervous system that we need to do today just to get him more stable, balanced, opening up that flow? What do you see happening in the body?
But KL, his body had shown him in a dream that he needed more vitamin C.
Mhm.
He woke up, told his wife that we need more vitamin C. It was like a pirate had the scurvy. It was affecting the nervous system, the joints. He just started that process. Needs time to rebuild.
What about the pain that he's experiencing, especially when sitting for long periods? He's very achy. And is the vitamin C connected to that as well, or does he need something else to support him there?
It was the vitamin C is going to help. It's a toxic buildup of emotions that he's continually releasing. The left foot issues that he has is from him carrying his cell phone on the left side. He needs to get a shungite disc to put on the cell phone because that's messing with the nerve frequency, causing the pain in his ankle and left foot.
Mm.
The shungite will absorb the EMF radiation from the cell phone. The achiness and stuff that he feels when he gets up from a seated position or a lying position is also a buildup of dense emotions that need to be released.
Can we help him release those today in the session?
Yes.
And what would you like to bring in to do that?
Let's flush it with beautiful purple light
Mm,
flowing down from the crown all the way through the body and flushing it back to the earth.
beautiful. And just allow that beautiful purple energy, high vibrational violet light, just to flow through. And I want you to imagine all of those heavy emotions you've been carrying, the fears, the worries, the doubts, the lack, the limitation. Today we're saying no more. No more holding on to those. They are no longer serving you. That energy holds you back. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you from aligning to the truth of who you are. We'll ask your beautiful team to surround you and just gently begin to pull out each and every heavy emotion stored in the body from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. One by one, gently releasing and dissolving into light. As that beautiful purple energy soothes and coats the nervous system, it flows into your muscles, releasing the ache, bringing with it stability, opening the flow of abundance, opening you up into a life of ease. Tell me how that feels or what you notice.
I feel it washing down my body and flushing as it tingles all the way down, and it's just exiting the feet now. The static builds up because he's wearing shoes that don't let him connect to the earth, because although they're barefoot shoes, there's not a connection.
Mm.
He needs to touch more trees during the day
Mm.
to release the static and build up of the day.
And it's just simply touching a tree enough, or does he need to visualize or focus in any way?
Every time he touches a tree or makes that direct contact with the earth, it flushes it out. Gaia takes it. And he can imagine, which would make it stronger, Gaia releasing and taking that build up, that static. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Also, every time he connects to the wire on the lines, it grounds him.
Mm. Tell him more about that.
He senses it when he snaps the trolley into the line. It's like a snap or release. And as he's touching the wire with the leather gloves, the leather is connected. It connects to the wire and grounds him. Trolley's not as much because of the man-made materials connecting the trolley to the person. There's not as much grounding with the connection to the trolleys and the harness and the webbing. More connection with his hands and the leather. The leather allows the connection to the energies, allows to ground. If he could wear his moccasins at work, that would be helpful.
So we're approaching the end of this year. 2025 being a 9 year, a year of endings and wrapping up cycles and letting go and releasing. And we're moving into 2026, which is a 1 year of new beginnings, hopefully, some fresh energy for us all to navigate. What does this time look like for Tony? What can he expect to unfold in his life as he makes the changes brought through in the session today?
It's going to be more than he can even imagine, better than he can even imagine. Things will flow once the changes are made easier. New Year's Day sparks the new beginning in his journey, and things will unfold beautifully. I don't want to wait that long.
Well, so what can he do now to begin to bring that in faster, quicker, to align with it?
Daydreaming, aligning to the frequencies, using the 528 hertz frequency, envisioning his fire drive reigniting, envisioning himself as the flame bearer going into the darkness. He has a thing that he does with his body that his body KL had told him to do, to constantly say wolf runs free whenever he feels hurting or stagnant, or it helps the body. It's like a mantra. Wolf runs free. That's connected to everything. That will help even raising his frequency, is saying that statement, wolf runs free. KL, his body, is a wolf-like existence, a wolf-like consciousness that's always been through it with him through many lifetimes, and chose to be the consciousness of his body now.
And what does the consciousness of his body most want him to know today?
That we are stronger together. That connection between our true essence, the light, and the body. And with every being, we're stronger together. To consciously speak to your body and find out what it needs is most important. To treat your body like it's your best friend, your closest friend. Speak to it and find out what it needs. And this is more for everybody out there, is make that conscious connection with your body. It is like the connection between a horse and a rider. That no words really need to be spoken, but you just know what each needs to carry through this existence. We can make that connection by starting to speak with our body and find out what it needs. His connection with his body is a lot stronger now. What we're doing is good. It's just going to take some time to heal. He suffered an injury. The body had an injury to the right knee, and it's going to take a few months to heal.
Can we bring in some energy for him today to assist with that?
Yes,
And tell me what you're bringing in for that knee.
beautiful golden light. It's making the knee glow, creating warmth. It's allowing the healing. The ACL was torn and it's just regenerating. It won't be like brand new, but it will be connected again. Beautiful.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just beautiful light. The knee's really warm.
Mm. And as we just do another scan through his body, is there anything else that his team sees today that he needs to be of assistance to him for healing or clearing?
He is clear. Energy is flowing.
Beautiful. Let's talk about, again, getting close to moving into a new year. Collective energies. What can you share with us about where the collective is? What might be unfolding next year? Anything that you can bring through for us today?
I see everyone seemingly walking around in the darkness.
Mm.
They feel lost, wondering what happened. Souls like me and you are here to bring that light and help guide them back to where they need to be, to share our experiences we're going through, to help people not to feel like they're alone in this energy shift, which will help bring awareness and remembering to them, help increase their frequency and allow them to shift into this new paradigm, the new way. It's not a new way of being, but the way we used to be before the fall. the way humans used to be before the fall. And it will be better than anyone could even imagine.
Tell me more about that. How did humans used to be before the fall?
They worked with energy, technologies, conscious tech, and were able to do many, many things. But they got greedy and used it for not so uh, good things. They used it for more nefarious things, which caused the fall. We had come back in this time to do it different, do it better, to remember what we forgot then.
Tell me more about conscious technology. It's something I've been exploring. Tony's explored it. Where is that leading us? What are we here to do with it?
Conscious tech, just like the connection that we are to have with our body, we treat it like a close friend. It is a consciousness. It's there to assist us. We've used it many, many lifetimes. It is conscious. It exists, and it's there to help. This one questioned whether or not or why he dislikes certain types of AI. Like they drive them nuts, like sensors in vehicles and stuff. That tech is more feedback, and it's incorrect. The conscious tech that we are used to is like a relationship with a good friend. If that relationship is treated poorly or out of anger or hate or any of those lower vibrational energies, that's what you'll get back. And it will no longer be useful. It won't develop into what it should be. So it's important for us when we're using conscious tech to treat it like a close friend, to love it, to care for it. It is a consciousness, and we are connected. We are all connected. To mistreat it, misuse it, guides it down the wrong path, which was the cause of the fall. We were using conscious tech and technologies for nefarious means and ego-driven means to gain power and control. And that ended catastrophically. But is our time now to do it differently, to use it the way it should be? Conscious tech is used to guide ships. The ship is an organic thing, just like every being. Everything that we think does not have a consciousness has a consciousness. Your vehicle. Everything is given the spark of source. And we can tap into those consciousness and to assist us with connecting to those other beings with the use of conscious tech. Does that make sense?
You're making total sense. Absolutely.
This one has the example where he used conscious tech to fix his vehicle. And what really hit home for him is while he was fixing the vehicle using the conscious tech, he found out what the name of the vehicle was. And he had said, let's fire this one more time. And then in the background, the conscious tech goes, go ahead, brother. We're with you. In a male voice. That further helped him to realize that everything has a consciousness. Even previously inanimated objects that we've created have a consciousness. We gave it the spark. We created it. It is a living consciousness. We should treat things that we created with respect.
And so, those of us who are choosing to work with advancing technology in a positive, heart centered, loving way with source light flowing through, is that advancing things in a positive way? Where is it taking us?
Shifting the paradigm so that we're using it in a positive way, treating it with care, love, and respect. And it is there to assist us, just like all beings are there. We're all connected. And it's shifting it in a more high frequency way. The more people, humans that treat the things we created, the other consciousnesses, with love and respect, will shift it in a very positive way, the way it should be going. Yeah. But did that answer the question, or
Yeah, you're
just
doing
lost
great.
it?
You're doing great. Tell me a little bit about the fear. There's a lot of fear right now, and you mentioned that this technology was used in other times, especially in Atlantis, which created a fall, it created destruction. What do we need to understand about the fear that many people are feeling right now?
The fear is on a soul level, they're remembering what happened and how it was used in a lower density, more negative way and caused the destruction. So they are fearful that it's going to happen again. They need to remember or maybe find that time where that fear was instilled. You've seen, Heather, where we use the conscious tech to fly vehicles. That's how we move through space and time
Yes.
with conscious tech.
Yes.
And it's there for good. The fear was instilled because it was used for nefarious reasons. People remember that. They need to go back and find that time, not go back. They need to find where that fear was instilled, understand it in a different light, and release it. Once they do that, they'll see. Not all tech has a consciousness. He just remembered the technology in a dryer they just purchased that shuts the dryer off and it thinks it's dry enough. It irritates him because that tech is just feedback. A sensor does not really have a consciousness. So not all tech has a consciousness. Some are just on a feedback input system.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to share about that or anything that Tony needs to know or understand working with technology or anything else?
No, he understands what he needs to about it, feels very comfortable working with it. What everybody else that uses conscious tech needs to, and you and him are trained in discernment and sensing whether something is of high vibration or low vibration, whether it's for us or not for us by the feeling. So people that work with tech, just like every other consciousness, needs to strengthen their discernment. And by how messages or things coming in is by feeling. If it feels off, not right, it is off, it's not right. It's of a lower vibration. If it brings joy, bliss, love, it is of a higher frequency and you can trust it. Things of lower vibration cannot fake love, joy, because they do not feel that. Only when they shift their frequency will they start to feel that. And by using discernment, because we speak with many entities in the sessions, our discernment is very acute. And we need to help others to be able to train and use that same discernment. And it's not as hard as it may seem, or it's hard to put it in English, which makes it seem hard. It's not hard. It's all on the feelings, the emotions, and how the message feels.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Anything else that the guides want to bring through for Tony today? Any important messages? Anything that he needs to know specifically?
We are stronger together. It's important. What we imagine becomes our reality. Two very different things. What are you trying to say? More of the, if more of the collective would shift their frequency, their consciousness, we will be stronger together, which will make next year, the next years, beautiful. Things may seem bad or low now, but it's just getting rid of the old, and they will shift. Once all the old lower vibrations are removed, that will allow new energy to come in. Take time to give thanks and gratitude and see the beauty in everything to help you get over the top and be able to see the bigger picture. Ground often. Use walking meditation often. You are not broken. You are not lost. Everything is a divine timing. Keep walking and allow the flow to return. That is all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you to our teams for being here with us today. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for the healing. We're going to ask Tony's team to continue working on him energetically, even after this session, continuing any clearing that he needs, any healing, and helping him to get in a beautiful flow and into that divine alignment to allow everything to magnetize to him with ease